welcome to the midweek wrap-up where, spoiler alert, Zack Ryder won a match. But, let's start with main event.
Alright. Main event was decent this week.
Really a main event caliber show. In the sense that... In the sense of a main event.
Well, we opened with an Intercontinental title match?
Yeah, the match that opened it was the Intercontinental title match. We got the word the night before on Raw that Bo Dallas would be getting a title shot. It was a good match. Dallas had a great pre-match promo.
Of course he did.
And
it was really funny because he talked about how he was in catering with one of his believers. There was only one Philly cheesesteak sandwich left, and she offered it to him. And he accepted it, and then threw it in the garbage.
Well, she gave it to him because that way he'd have the strength to go into this match and beat Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title.
He threw it in the garbage because those things are like a heart attack waiting to happen.
It's a heart attack on a bun.
Then said that Mark Henry came by and picked it up out of the garbage and ate it.
Which, that's messed up.
Yeah. Like,
he's just running down Mark Henry. He's not even out there to defend himself. That's
they're
low.
too busy and they're eating a Philly
That's
steak
low
sandwich out of the
Dallas.
garbage.
It's a low blow.
Yeah. That's
Is it a low blow?
No. That's a whole different thing.
Oh.
We had Dolph Ziggler defeat Bo Dallas. It was a good match. There wasn't really anything, out of the ordinary from these two. It was good to see, for me, being someone who doesn't fully believe, it was good to see Bo Dallas work the match the way he did. Because for me, it's like, if you can't have a good match with Dolph Ziggler, you shouldn't be on the roster.
Pretty much.
Dolph Ziggler and Ric Flair need to have a tag team match against two brooms.
What's Titus O'Neil's excuse?
He's teamed with Heath Slater.
But
they keep teaming him with good people, so he kind of looks good. He gets the rub from the partner.
Yeah. Especially when the partner's there.
God damn it! I was going to try and save that before you did it, and... You nasty.
Too fast for you.
You nasty. So we go to the back, and Tyson is asking Kane for a match on main event, but Kane goes, I can't do that because...
Kane's like, okay, but if you lose, you'll never get a match on main event again.
Oh, God. Then he gets moved to SmackDown. No, Kane actually lets Tyson know that Natalya has already come in and asked that he gets a rematch against Jack Swagger because he lost the night before on Raw.
Yeah,
and
one note, Natty, there's helpful, and there's just, fucking everything up. He doesn't... I get the NXT title match, asking for that. That was pretty helpful. He probably wasn't going to get an NXT title match for a long time. And, it's his fault he lost. But, fucking, who said Tyson won the match with Jack Swagger?
It was the guy who just beat him.
Yeah.
But it's to prove himself.
Yeah, but,
That's not what Tyson Kidd wanted.
Yeah.
He probably wanted a match against Yoshitatsu.
Who?
Camacho.
Who?
Bruce Clay.
Who?
Kurt Hawkins.
Who?
Tyler Rex.
He's not going to fight a T-Rex. What's wrong with you?
Braden Walker.
What's up, Braden Walker? I don't know. Wait! He had a conversation with Matt Hardy once.
On that SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can see that on the Best of Braden Walker TPT.
Which is actually just a YouTube video. You know what? Should we make that your secret?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Kevin Hawk's secret annotation of the week will be the trailer for the Best of Braden Walker DVD, and you'll find that somewhere.
I bought it once. It was just a blank disc.
You gotta search for it. Just look for the annotation. It's a white box. You should be able to find it.
It's not right here. It's not this.
And it's not down here.
Never click down
It's
there.
not that white box. I just said you have a vagina.
Up next, we had Nikki getting more revenge on Brie, putting her in a 4-on-1 handicap match where she would face Nikki, Cameron, Summer, and Layla, all viable, other than Cameron. Cameron didn't get the memo that they were supposed to wear pink.
Yeah, every diva in the match wore pink, including Brie during her entrance. And Cameron picked yellow.
Cameron don't
She did have her little like Susan G. Komen
Yeah.
like ribbon thing. That was about it though.
Cameron gives no fucks about breast cancer.
And it was a 4-on-1 beatdown on Brie. And the only real like drama that came out of it was that Nikki actually tagged herself in while I believe Layla was going to tag in
Summer, and she pulled Summer out of the way.
She pulled Summer down, tagged herself in, and she got the win over Brie.
Yeah,
So,
she hit Brie with her own finish. She did the Brie mode.
That's
Knee
right.
attack to the running knee to Brie.
And then hit her with a rack attack. So Nikki finally gets a little bit of an upper hand. We'll see where that goes. Then we get Tyson Kidd versus Jack Swagger. Much better than their match on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more fast paced. Tyson would get the win
With a really slow roll up.
Yeah, it was. He tried to do it, but Jack Swagger's just so damn tall
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
that I think Tyson Kidd overestimated. He's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh fuck, we're still
It was-
going.
No,
Which
see,
leads us to the new hashtag, Tuck Jack Swagger.
it was a really fast-paced match. It was too fast for Jack Swagger. So at some point, Swagger's like, "Hey, Tyson, slow your roll." And so
Natty's
So many puns.
Natty's trying to celebrate with Tyson. Every time she tries, like he's walking away and going to the other side of the ring. And then he's like halfway up the ramp. She goes to raise his hand, and he like raises his hand real quick and pulls away and walks away. So he's just being a dick. Before the match, Zeb Coulter coming out and talking about who has the manhood in the relationship and that
He knows that Natty has it because she's keeping it in her purse.
which it isn't a very big purse. So he's got
Small penis. Tiny testes.
But then the main event, we had Jey Uso versus Stardust. You were actually saying that Stardust went against Jimmy Uso last week on Superstars, which did Jimmy won that one, didn't he? Or was it Stardust?
I'm pretty sure Jimmy won.
Well, that sucks for Stardust because Jay won on main event. Really good match. The chemistry between these two teams has definitely hit its flow. It works every time they're in the ring together. Jay would beat Stardust. Good match. Good what?
nothing.
All right. Good match. Great chemistry. I don't know if this is like trying to keep the Usos relevant or like within the tag title storyline.
Probably.
Because they're not really doing anything with Dust to Dust as tag team champions.
Yeah, of course, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean the Usos were on a great run, keeping everything, relevant with the tag titles, and they haven't really done anything with Dust to Dust at all. Which,
Six-man tags.
Well, I mean,
We're in the era of the six-man tag match.
and WWE is stupid in their booking in that they have really great feud, and then they don't plan for what's after.
yeah.
So then they just kind of drag everything on. They just kind of try to coast. until
Yeah.
they
Which
come
is,
up with something new.
which is unfortunate because they do have so much talent that they can just run basic matches with.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to be a storyline in the matches. Just do something.
Yeah, remember back when, you'd get title matches just because?
Yeah.
Like,
Like
this
the
team-
tag team champions would go against the Headbangers,
Right, like,
and
this
the
team has
Mean
been-
Street Posse.
yeah,
and
this
just,
team has been doing good lately. Let's give them
I
a
don't
title
think the
shot.
Main Street Posse ever got a title shot.
Yeah, they did. Then they got against the
They probably
Acolytes.
did.
Against the Acolytes to get destroyed.
Sure.
I'm gonna Google it.
They were hanging out with Shane McMahon for a little while. I'm sure they got a tag team
Yeah.
title shot.
Come on. They're part of the corporation. They got something.
I don't think they were considered part of the corporation.
They got a
The
lot
rest
of
of the corporation's like, and yeah, and
They got a lot of
we are
hardcore title shots.
we are a cohesive unit, and then there's those three guys.
we are the corporation, and these guys fold our laundry.
I remember all their hardcore title shots that they got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, actually, they did. Actually, I think all three of them won the hardcore title at least once. So, good on you guys.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on to the last of the wrestling for the midweek wrap, what?
Sorry, there's a reference that we just made that I'm going to bring up during NXT.
Okay. Yeah. Before we get into the rest of the wrestling for the midweek wrap up, there was an update. Jake Roberts, who was in the hospital not too long ago, they found there was the mass on his brain. It turns out that it is a lesion and there is bleeding on the brain. He recently had his MRI. No confirmation yet as to what exactly it is. They're hoping it's not a tumor. They're getting ready to do more tests here pretty soon. But Jake is still
a lesion. Don't be a tumor. I'll get you.
I hope it's not a baby either.
Don't be anything fatal.
Yes.
If you try to kill Jake, I will get you.
Yeah.
You thing.
What he said.
He's coming for you. N-word.
But yeah, we're hoping that everything is all right with Jake Roberts. We'll keep you updated on what exactly it is once more tests and updates come in. Let's move on to Superstars.
The highlight of Thomas Wolfe's midweek wrap-up started Superstars.
Yeah.
Because we had, as Tom Phillips described it on his Twitter account, the very tall Zack Ryder versus the Red Dragon Heath Slater.
I would like to know.
Meant.
I would like to know where these nicknames came from.
Zack
Ryder is kind of tall.
It's Zack Ryder's first time ever wrestling in the Barclays Center, despite living in New York.
Which is cool.
Interesting.
And the crowd was hot for Zack Ryder. Holy crap.
Yeah. And Zack Ryder was visibly excited that he was getting a match that was going to be on television.
Yeah.
Because he smiled almost the entire
match.
match.
Yeah. He was... him and Slater...
They had a really good match. They had a good setup for the Broski boot. Heath Slater was climbing the ropes, and Zack Ryder hit the ropes, causing Heath Slater to crouch himself and flip into the corner, into the Broski boot. And then he waited for Heath Slater to get out and hit him with the Rough Rider. Got a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And celebrated a victory in his home state of New York.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome match. Like, I haven't watched Superstars in a while. And to have that be the first one I've watched in probably 5 or 6 months,
I've been talking Superstars up with their Justin Gabriels and Sin Caras and Kobe Kingston.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it more often.
Zack Ryder, keep winning matches, please.
Yeah. Heath Slater, keep being without Titus O'Neil.
Zack Ryder and Heath Slater are two guys. If they were in the singles mid card picture, just being around would really help.
Yeah, honestly.
Absolutely.
Like, just as two guys you could put in matches, they could go out and put on solid matches. You know, they could wrestle for titles every once in a while. Yeah.
So following that match, we fast-forwarded through about the next 35 minutes of the show.
Yep.
And we got to see the rematch of the infamous pay-per-view battle between Cameron and Naomi, the Funkadactyls implode. WrestleMania 5.
This is about the 5th time they've imploded.
Yeah.
They keep imploding. It's gross. But the highlight of this one is Naomi got to win
with the bendiest pin I've ever seen.
Yeah, she didn't do her cool submission hold that she's been doing the last couple weeks.
No,
because Cameron
doesn't know how to fucking do it right.
But yeah, she gave her the rear view and then sat on her face and
like
hooked the legs and went all the way backward.
Yeah, literally put her head to the mat, and got the 1, 2, 3, and
while stink facing.
Yeah,
Cameron.
It was a stink face pin combo,
which is a unique thing.
She was either trying really hard not to fart or trying really hard to fart.
Probably the second one.
Wow, that's mean. There's the high spot of the match that we missed because they were setting up for something really cool, and then the feed skipped.
It
looked like Naomi was about to dive.
So what it was Cameron was on the outside, and Naomi went for like a faux jump, a faux dive onto her, and she slid in. And so what she did like her cool little flip over the ropes, where she hooks her arms on the top rope and flips over, kind of what the Bellas do when they get in
backwards.
But yeah, she goes forwards, and at that point, Cameron gets back in the ring, and so what I'm guessing is Naomi went for like a shoulder to the gut and got hit because then once it skipped, she was laying over the second rope, and Cameron came in with like a kick to the side of the head. So it probably looked really cool, but the network skipped, and so I couldn't exactly do that.
Cameron is looking a little bit better in ring wise.
Yes, she's
And-
getting there. She's not good, but she's
It would
getting
be
there.
Renee
hard for
Young-
her to get worse.
Renee Young made a reference that I think she wasn't supposed to, which may foreshadow something in the future of other midweek wrap-ups. Is Renee Young said the time she spent in NXT has done her well. So I'm thinking we might be getting the fact that NXT does pre-record weeks in advance, that Cameron may be making appearances on NXT.
They record weeks in advance and no one told Renee Young.
Yeah, apparently. Sure, thinks that episode's aired.
Yeah. She just thinks NXT's really long and only like once a month or so.
So yeah, I think that was kind of a thing. They also, when they recap the Rusev Rock part, the part that keeps making me hopeful that there's going to be more of The Rock in Rusev's WWE run right now,
Yeah.
is that Renee Young said that she wanted more of The Rock.
Yeah.
And hopes to see them interact again in the future.
I think especially with how popular that segment was on Raw, there's been more talk of potentially bringing The Rock back to do something against Rusev.
It's not too far-fetched an idea that even though this was done on a whim as a one-night-only thing, the WWE can be like, hey, Rock, you want to do something else with Rusev?
Yeah, the only thing that's really holding it back is that a lot of movie studios are
Yeah.
iffy about letting Rock do that because he did get injured
Right.
after his last match with John Cena,
Mhm.
which
Right,
which actually pushed back filming for Hercules.
Yeah.
So a lot of movie.
They're like, no, you got to be or Black Adam.
Yeah.
Could be
Which
Shazam.
I'm excited for that.
Shazam.
That's cool. Cool.
I'm excited for it. Less excited if they call him Shazam in the movie and don't call him Captain Marvel, which I know they will.
They have to.
No, they don't. Nope.
Yeah, they do.
They don't. They just have to call the movie Shazam. They can name the
Shazam.
character Captain Marvel. He was Captain Marvel for fucking 50 years.
We're going on a comic book rant right
I don't care. I like Captain Marvel. He's still Captain Marvel to me, damn it.
Let's move
New
on to-
name, son.
Let's move on to NXT.
NXT, this is the part of the week that everyone is the most excited for, but everyone, I mean,
NXT.
probably the three of us on this couch
Yeah.
at least. And then
We
hopefully
love
more
NXT.
people.
We
I mean-
love NXT almost as much as we love Chikara.
Barring the fact that Zack Ryder won a match, this is the most exciting part of the week for me.
Yeah, so what, we opened up with Tyler Breeze, which he's usually not an opener.
No.
No, he's usually kind of midway to main event.
So here's what I thought was happening. I thought Tyler Breeze was going to come out and cut a promo.
Yeah.
But then they recapped how Mojo Raleigh made the mistake of touching Tyler Breeze during his entrance.
You don't touch Prince Pretty.
And
What's wrong
he
with you?
threw him shoulder first into the post, which spawns this match 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Mojo Raleigh no-selling his injury
So that was-
versus Tyler Breeze.
This is a severe shoulder throw to the post.
Yeah, because it came back to haunt Mojo.
Well, plus he couldn't wrestle last week, apparently.
Yeah, it kept him out of action for a week.
and
Yeah.
he still didn't wrap it up.
Or sell it.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't want to wrap it up because it gives your opponent a target. He's thinking.
His opponent was the one that did it to him. He knows
Well,
it's
he's
there.
thinking maybe he'll think he threw the other shoulder. Maybe he'll forget.
He's
Either
a
way,
model. He's not
Either way, we were giddy. Hey,
How's it
don't
going?
make me turn this couch around, kids.
Oh man, are we
Uh,
there yet?
Yeah, we're at
Are we there
NXT.
yet? We are.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Facepalm.
Bloody
somebody else.
crap.
NXT. They
Uh,
have an NXT.
So I was having a lot of fun
Things.
watching the beginning of this match because Mojo kept swinging at Breeze. Breeze would duck and then jab Mojo in the face and run away.
Yeah,
that
he's
was
doing a
fun.
little bob and weave with
Yeah.
with
And then
Mojo.
every time Mojo tried to catch him, he'd go through the ropes and tell the referee to get him off.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. And then Mojo charged in, got the double boots to the injured shoulder, and then
Yeah.
Breeze kind of went nuts, started punching the injured shoulder, stomping the injured shoulder, put him in the Fujiwara armbar, and the referee called the match to keep Tyler Breeze from seriously injuring Mojo Rawley. Not that Mojo Rawley gave up.
Was
and
that
he
what it
passed
was?
out. Yes.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was,
okay.
It was referee's call to end the match
Yeah,
to
it's-
save Mojo
There's
Rawley.
been a lot of
from
referee
serious
stoppage lately.
Yeah, this is why I'm like, how injured was that shoulder? Because the ref.
injury. Apparently very injured.
Yeah.
Next up was?
Up next, we had a video that I actually saw prior to
Yeah.
NXT because
Yeah,
they-
I'm pretty sure even in the corner they had earlier this week.
yeah, because they put WWE posted it on the NXT Facebook page is where I saw it, and it was probably on WWE.com as well. Enzo and Cass were at the Performance Center, and they were looking to talk to William Regal about taking a look and seeing Carmella, seeing her progression. Enzo being Enzo, it's like the best line before he knocks on the door is, "Me and William Regal, we're like two socks on cankles. We're like tight."
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So he knocks on William Regal's office door. William Regal goes, "Oh, what do you want?" He goes, "I was hoping you'd do me a favor." "Why would I do you a favor?"
Do me a favor by not doing me a favor. I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. What
It
am
would
I
have
doing?
been great if Regal was like, okay, and then just left.
But yeah, Enzo would say, "Hey, I've got this new
I
girl."
think Cass asks for a favor and he does it.
It's because everybody likes Cass.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a second. He said, I want you to come check out this girl. I got this new girl, Carmella. She, I want you to put some eyes on her. See how well she's doing. Try and can we get her a tryout?
William Regal's fairly convinced that he's doing this just so he can get a date with Carmella.
Yeah. So William Regal comes out and we see Carmella in there with a diva with headgear on.
Yeah, one of the things that I also want to mention is that, Enzo was defending himself that he could get a date if he wanted to. He called himself a certified G, and Regal had come up with the assumption that G stands for geek.
Yeah.
So Carmella shows off. She's got the headlock, push off the ropes, shoulder block, comes out, drop kick, and then has this really, really cool little submission that she gets.
Head scissors figure 4 kind of thing.
Yeah, it was innovative. She gets a quick tap out victory and a little exhibition match that's going on, and William Regal's impressed. He goes, "You know what? Bring her next Thursday to NXT." And so we could be getting our first look at Carmella next week on NXT.
Yep.
I'm curious who they're going to put her against in her first match.
You know what? This will actually probably be the best way to bring up one of the newer girls that they've signed and haven't put on TV yet. Is they'll have a jobber diva.
Yeah.
It's the first time for everything.
I'm going to hope it's Eva Marie.
Please.
Yeah.
Please let
Well-
Carmella beat the hell out of Eva Marie.
I'm gonna hope against that because
You go fuck yourself.
episode 100.
No, damn it.
No,
I hope
but
it's
because
against Enzo. She wins.
That would actually be hilarious.
I want it to be someone who is a decent wrestler, so we can actually see how good she is.
That's true.
Yeah. But so it would finish off where Enzo's like, "Hey, did you see that? I got you a tryout," and she'd hug Cass. And Enzo's like, "Man, I'm tired of this, bro."
He's just come in for the real thing.
And she's
she
like,
pushes him away.
"No." Enzo's like, "I'm sick and tired of this, bro." And you know what? I know you're gonna post it. Every
Yep.
time I tell you not to, you post it anyway.
Post it.
Posted.
And there were two guys in the other ring at the Performance Center, just like
Which,
sitting
yeah,
there.
if you guys know who the other two guys in the far ring in that segment were, post in the comments. I think one of them is Darren Corbin. Or not Darren Corbin, Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
I'm hoping one of them is Darren Corbin.
That would be
That'd
awesome.
Yeah, if
We have an NXT guy.
Neither of them were ginger, though.
That's true.
You want to talk about Hideo's match?
it was awesome-ish.
It was weird.
Yeah.
We had a recap.
Yeah.
That to me is the worst thing in wrestling history.
Learn
NXT, get rid of recaps.
We're going to talk about recap.
Seriously.
We're recapping the recap. Let's not recap
yeah.
the recap.
Is
We're
not
on
the
a match.
wrestling recap.
They
Yeah.
did Hideo Itami versus Victor of the Ascension.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a good-ish match. Like, Hideo did really good for having a potential concussion during the match.
Yeah, he started getting really clumsy.
Especially the longer the match went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just,
They,
at one point, like
They had a spot-
while Victor was in control, you couldn't tell.
Right.
But then while he was walking on his own, you could see like He had a weird stumble.
step.
It was very strange.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the match, we're doing these forearm trading things. Hideo got the advantage, hit off the ropes, and Victor came up with a big elbow. And Hideo took a bump really fast, and then immediately grabbed the back of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Which, I mean, that was right at the very beginning of the match, and you saw a lot of things. You saw him, like, later on, he would go for the banderas over the corner and kind of slip up doing
Yeah.
that. At one point, he ran to the other, like, he stood up and started running to one corner and actually, like, stumbled and caught himself on the middle rope.
Yeah.
He went for the hesitation drop kick and didn't get
yeah,
any height.
like I almost thought he was trying to be kind of innovative with it and do it differently, but it just looked like maybe he saw two
Yeah.
of Victor and he hit the wrong one. And then after he hit that move, he went to step out of the ring and couldn't get over the second rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and then they tried to he tried to get up to the top rope, but at that point, Connor would be up on the stage beating down Funaki.
Literally actually throwing him around like
yeah,
a
just
ragdoll.
picking him up by his belt and his jacket and just tossing him across the stage. That would distract Hideo long enough for Victor to get him back in the ring, hit him with a finisher, and win the match. And then we'd get the tag team beat down. Funaki would actually
Yeah, they
crawl
tied,
to the ring,
they tied him up in between the middle and bottom rope.
Yeah.
which I'd never seen someone get tied up down there before. That was
They have
that
to
was
do those
interesting.
two because they have to keep the top rope super tight for the NXT guys.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Funaki crawled in.
He crawled right to Hideo though. Like, didn't try to stop the attack. Just
He
while
wanted,
it's
he,
still-
tried, he wanted to human shield himself.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. It was like he'd been getting beat down already, and he told Hideo, he was like, "Hey, I've got your back." So he was gonna try and take some of the punishment for Hideo, and then he'd end up getting.
Here's the note that I wanted to touch on earlier: is when Funaki crawled into the ring and crawled in front of Hideo Itami. What's the new announcer guy on NXT?
I don't know his name. He's
Goofy looking guy.
yeah, not Renee Young and not Jason Albert.
Yeah, but Funaki crawls in the ring and goes, and Funaki, former WWE Hardcore Champion,
Yeah.
to make the save.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing about 15 years ago.
He only watched wrestling 15 years ago.
Ah.
That's actually the only episode he ever saw.
Was that
before becoming an announcer? It was when Funaki won the hardcore title.
But then Funaki would end up just taking a assisted fall of man because Connor actually had to hold him up.
Yeah.
yes?
And basically they left Hideo Itami and Funaki in a heap in the ring.
Yeah. So maybe we'll be getting that tag team match next week.
Hopefully.
I was hoping for this week, but yeah, sure. Let's
It was a little
get
good.
it going on.
Yeah, it was good setup
Can
though.
we get it going now?
Yeah, it's a good setup because it gets Funaki kind of that, okay, now they specifically attacked me, so now I would get.
business
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Up next, we had a tag team match between the Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass.
Two of my favorite tag teams on NXT.
Yes. Vaudevillains playing heel again.
Yeah. Well, you
which
know what?
fit
They
better
really
with
didn't
their-
play heel. They
True. It was a pretty.
I think they
fair
pretty much
match.
played. They more just played not face because Enzo and Cass are so.
Yeah.
I was thrown off because Enzo tried to change up his stick.
You want to talk about the joke?
Well,
I don't get it because I didn't watch the show.
First thing is I thought it was weird that Enzo strayed away from their normal shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He gave them both nicknames.
Yeah. I don't even remember what he said for himself.
He was the smooth talker Skywalker or
Yeah. Something like
something like that.
Yeah. And then Cass was the Big Bambino.
Yeah, the Big Bambino.
Which
Which they've actually called him that before.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
it's a stray away from their normal on their way to the ring. Certified G, bonafide stud, how you doing shtick.
Yeah.
Cass takes the mic and makes a Hey Arnold reference
I didn't watch the show.
to the Stoop Kid episode, and how the Stoop Kid never leaves the stoop.
Yeah.
And that got a chant. There was also a football head chant
Yes.
during the match too.
That one I got because
Uh,
I know what Hey Arnold. I know who Arnold is, but I never watched the show.
So that was great. The match was entertaining.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
itself.
yeah, good.
My favorite part is when Simon Gotch gets tagged in against Big Cass, and they're like, "Oh, the strong man of the team," and then just gets booted in the face.
like a motherfucker.
Right away.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of a hot tag. That's a cold tag. Which means it's cold for your partner to tag you in when
Yeah.
Big Cass is swinging boots.
Yeah.
You probably looked over at Aiden and went, "What the hell?"
He
I
probably
mean,
looked
it
up
sounded more
at
like,
Aiden.
"What the hell?" The Vaudevillains would get the win. Aiden English would run in.
Not Cass off the apron.
Yeah, before Enzo could get a tag, just knock Cass right off, and then they do their rolling senton into the swanton double team, which we're not totally sure what their finisher's called yet. There's like 3 different things that are being tossed around, but it's a great finish. I really enjoyed it.
And I was
Enzo's
slightly
finish.
surprised with the fact that they've been having Enzo and Cass doing all these video segments
Mhm.
every single week. The fact that they had them lose to the Vaudevillains.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of
yeah, I
interesting.
thought it was kind of surprising, but then again, their video segments have been focused on
Carmella.
Carmella, and I think realistically,
They haven't got their
they
tag.
need to set the Vaudevillains up for facing the Lucha Dragons.
right.
But they should be setting up Enzo and Cass to face the Legionnaires,
Yeah, they still haven't had their tag team match.
Yeah,
which
but-
will probably be coming next week because they made the challenge last week.
right, and they
So
don't.
we're probably getting that this coming
Yeah,
week.
and I mean, Enzo and Cass don't need to win in order to build toward that match.
Exactly. Yeah, they already have the win over
Yeah.
Sylvester LaFour from NXT Takeover.
Up next, we had an awesome Divas match.
Match of the-
NXT
match of
Divas
the
match.
night.
Yeah.
The fantastic looking, because definitely way more confident than we've seen her in the past. Becky Lynch taking on the boss of NXT, Sasha Banks. Really, really fun match.
Yeah, the boss got whipped in the face with her.
Yeah, the opening move of the match was
Hair.
Becky Lynch whipping her hair in Sasha's face.
Well, she heard that Sasha Banks was a big fan of that song about whipping your hair back and forth.
Willow Smith.
Yeah. And I think it was meant to be friendly, but
Yeah.
Sasha didn't
not
take too
really.
kindly to it.
It was a bitch slap with some ginger
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
And
It was a
Best-
ginger slap.
Let's be honest, best kind of bitch slap. If you have to,
It doesn't hurt nearly as bad as a real bitch
If
slap.
you have to be bitch slapped, being slapped by Becky Lynch's hair is not a bad way to go
I
about
think
it.
she uses really good conditioner, so it's soft.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really great match.
Awesome match.
Saw some really decent technical wrestling prowess out of both women.
Yeah, the really great pin escape by Becky Lynch.
I'm
Sasha went for a rolling
rolling pin.
rolling pin. Went for it. She kicked out,
That's
and then
confused
she ended
with
up.
the rolling pin, which she
ended
used
up-
for dough and stuff.
Yeah, she had the lateral cover on Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch matrix moved out
Yeah.
of the pin,
Awesome.
spun around and gave her a drop kick.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
And then nipped up out of it.
something we have said before. I am so glad that NXT has the level of talent that we can say a Divas match was the match of the night.
Well, and not to say that Paige and AJ have had
Right.
matches of the night, but to have the NXT rookies like these
Right.
these girls that
Well, and any combination of the NXT Divas could potentially have a match of the night.
except for
match.
Charlotte and Summer Rae.
Potentially, I said.
Well,
Except for
Summer
Charlotte
Rae's
Summer
not
Rae.
Summer Rae's not an NXT diva.
She wasn't.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Sort
At
of.
the time,
She's
what
still
we're-
sick.
the time is right now.
Yeah.
This is the time that we're talking about this.
Because NXT the future is now.
So really, we're talking about the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
We're in a
time
DeLorean.
travel.
It's a confusing thing.
Shape
but yeah.
shifting is a bitch.
Yeah, these two had an awesome match. Sasha
travel's a
ends up winning with her backcracker.
Yeah, which I also thought was awesome that the new commentator guy called the move by its indie name, which is the lung blower.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he called it the lung
Yep.
blower into the cross ice combination. So we're away from the Carlito name,
Yes.
and we're lung blower, which is now dubbed.
The bank statement.
Yeah, clever name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's Yeah, that's a statement in its own.
That's I'm glad we're kidding. That's another thing is NXT is bringing back creative names for finishing moves.
Yeah.
That's
The
something.
haluva kick.
The haluva kick. You know, you got the red arrow. You've got,
The supermodel kick.
yeah, the supermodel
Yes.
kick, the beauty shot. You know, everyone's got something that belongs to them, and it's
Ball of man.
yeah. That's what wrestling is. You need to have
The
something that latches you to
Mexican
the wrestling.
word that Kalisto uses.
Selena
for-
del Sol.
Yeah. It's
Or
probably
they actually, for the people who don't know how to say it, just call it the SDS for short,
Yeah.
even on commentary.
it's probably really creative in Spanish.
It's an awesome move.
I'm not sure what it means, but
It's an awesome move.
Probably
But we're
Something,
clever.
something of the sun.
yeah, but we're not talking about
So
Kalisto.
close.
Yeah, Sasha Banks
Why
getting
not?
the win because he wasn't on NXT.
Okay.
Sasha Banks gets the win over Becky Lynch. Awesome match. It was my favorite match of the night.
Probably mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the highlight. Then we go on to our main event,
Man event.
which Titus O'Neil got that. I'm sorry. Can oh God. Oh, don't. Okay, I have a
I
feeling.
don't know. I haven't heard anything. He's
No.
probably okay.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh.
Never mind.
you're not gonna throw up on me, are you?
Just don't talk about the horse who won the match. That's a kid's book, probably.
The horse who won the match.
So we'll just say Horseface got a main event against Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Main event.
Definitely wasn't the worst Horseface match we've ever seen.
No.
Sami Zayn brought the best out of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If
chalk that
was-
up to
See, bitch, get.
See, bitch, kid. Yep.
We'll chalk that up to Sami Zayn carrying the match.
Yeah.
Which the story of the match was, it really threw me off because I felt like I was having a really serious sense of deja vu while watching this match, and then I thought, wow, this is exactly the same premise to the SummerSlam match between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, where Lesnar was beating the crap out of Cena, trying to get Cena to give up.
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil was beating the crap out of Sami Zayn, trying to get Sami Zayn to quit.
Yeah.
Trying to
They-
prove his dominance over the NXT
Yeah,
guy.
there was times, he's like, just give up. Brock Lesnar was doing the same thing in the SummerSlam match with Cena. I was like, wow, I just...
Interesting dynamic about that is they found someone better than John Cena, which isn't too hard to do, and then they found someone worse than Brock Lesnar.
Which is really hard to do. Yeah. But, Sami Zayn unfortunately didn't win.
No.
He got
Good
chopped.
finish, though.
He got chopped really. He chopped Titus O'Neil really hard twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got the moral victory.
Yeah, and he was setting up for his springboard on-
Tornado DDT.
What?
He usually does the jump
Oh, that's
tornado
right,
DDT out of that.
Then he got
Um,
crouched.
Yeah, he got
and
crushed
bombed.
over. Yeah. The Clash
And
of
then
the,
he pulled him the Clash of the Titus
Clash of the Titus
off the ropes.
was big impact. Looked
Yeah.
really good. It was a
Into a
good.
super duper slow cover.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
He couldn't figure out. He's like, usually I just land like this and I can cover him. But no.
Well, that's the thing is he landed in a position where he could have pinned him.
yeah.
I feel like watching Titus in this match. I feel like Sami Zayn went so fast for him that he was like disoriented.
Probably.
So like he couldn't focus as well as he
Yeah.
could normally.
So then I want to talk about after the
Go for it.
match because Titus O'Neil would drag Sami Zayn to where his head's like hanging off the ring apron, and Titus O'Neil would go to the turnbuckle for probably like a red arrow or something from the turnbuckle to the floor.
I think triple shooting star press headbutt.
yeah,
And Sami Zayn would have been decapitated.
yeah. But Adrian Neville, the NXT champion, came out to save Sami Zayn and return the favor from last week.
Yes. Neville forgot how heavy Sami Zayn was for a second. He's
Yeah.
like, I can. Oh, God.
And
Okay.
my comment was, wait, they're friends?
Yeah. No, I think this is, it's intriguing because we did have the beginning of the issues between the two of them.
Yeah, I think,
And now they've kind of mended fences just because Titus O'Neil's being a dick.
I think it would have made more sense to me personally, and this could only be me, because Sami Zayn did save him last week, is if they had a brief backstage segment, maybe even during the Sami Zayn promo, where Adrian Neville just came up to him and was like, you know what, I'm sorry, I've been kind of obsessed over the belt lately.
No, I don't think I don't think it's necessary for him to say sorry. I think just the showing of the returning of the favor is enough to.
That might be his apology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
like hey, he helped me retain my title last week, so I'm gonna save him from dying.
Look how shiny my pants are.
But that was it for NXT. Yeah, awesome way to end the midweek. Midweek
No,
was good.
it's not. It is not an awesome way to end the midweek with Titus O'Neil
No,
beating Sami
NXT
Zayn.
itself was a good way to end the midweek because
With-
NXT was awesome.
With the exception of Titus O'Neil winning the main
No, it
event.
was
But we had Mojo Rawley lose.
Yay!
We had an awesome Divas match.
Woo!
We had Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains.
I'm hitting on the inside really loud. But for
Yeah.
people
But yeah, that's it for the midweek wrap up. Yeah, it was a very solid midweek wrap up. I enjoyed it all the way through. Awesome
It's a very
matches.
solid midweek wrap up.
Yeah, we loved the midweek wrap up.
I thought I did a good job.
I did a great job.
Yeah.
I did
the best job. Awesome match on Superstars between
I
Zack
did
Ryder
it
and
with a
Heath
slow motion
Slater.
horse.
Some good stuff on main event. But up next we've got our fantasy warfare.
This is like a
Damn it.
warfare with things that we can only fantasize about.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
We have our own brand of fantasy warfare. If you want to check that out, let the playlist keep playing. If you
Or
want to
click
go
it.
back, or yeah, if you just want to skip my little outro here, go for
Please
it.
do.
You're an asshole.
I know.
I'm picking Brooklyn Brawler.
I'm picking Glacier.
I'm
It's gonna be a
picking
shitty match.
a thumbtack match.
Oh my god.
I'm picking one of Bailey's inflatable people. That's gonna be really bad.
Well, I'm gonna win. I can pick anybody.
Alright, it's going to be a barbed wire thumbtack inferno match.
But yeah, go ahead and let the playlist keep playing to go to the fantasy
I'm not
warfare.
picking an
If you want to
inflatable
click
snowman.
back, if you want to click back to the indie news or the Raw review, they're over there in the playlist. You can check out all of our Twitters, all of our we got Facebook, we got Tumblr, where you can email us. You can do all kinds of
Thomas
stuff.
posts our stuff on Reddit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom's got the Reddit going on now.
Yeah,
so,
and you can talk to us on Reddit.
yeah, you can talk to us on Facebook. You can like all the pictures we've been posting.
People have been liking the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Couple
you.
you have talked to me on Reddit. I'm the only one who posts on Reddit.
We've had
Yeah, if you
people-
talk to them on Reddit, it's him.
Yeah, and on our Facebook page, we usually end our statements with whoever's posting them. We had a few conversations with people on the Brock Lesnar versus the Bunny.
Yeah,
picture.
it's confirmed. CM Punk is the bunny.
You need to stop getting people's hopes up.
It's confirmed.
I thought The Rock was the bunny.
No, CM Punk is the Rock.
Who is the Bunny?
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
But that only happens in our fantasy. We'll see you at Fantasy Warfare.